This past year, we finished celebrating the 100th anniversary of St. Mary's High School. It's hard to believe that we're 100 years old and that we have 100 years worth of alumni, but you are the first students of the next 100 years. Because the education that St. Mary's provides is rooted in the Catholic faith, many traditions have arisen over the years, have taken root, have grown and flourished, and we hope have produced great fruit for the glory of God. And that tradition continues in you. We are looking forward with anticipation and hope for the future. We have many wondrous possibilities before us, possibilities which exist only because St. Mary's is above all a place of family, a place of community, and a place of friendship.
I feel like all the relationships are pretty great and authentic here as opposed to other high schools.
Friendship to me is taking the extra step, not really thinking about the consequence or what you're going to receive out of it, but rather just doing it out of the love for the love of the person and just saying that I'm happy.
Friendship is like when you're loyal and you can trust someone and you guys respect each other.
When you can make fun of them and they don't get hurt.
I don't know, I would say like friendship is just being there for one another and helping them in times of need or whatever, and whenever they need something. I mean, they're not struggling in homework or struggling in a class, like I'm there for them.
Yeah, I also think friendship is not just necessarily in the hard times, but just all the time, like being there in the good and the bad.
I think friendship is where you can have these people that you can talk to and that you relate to them and you can just, get along together.
One century is over and a new one has begun. One of the ways we have celebrated our centennial is with our brand new beautiful backdrop for school mass. As you know, there are 6 saints on this mural. St. Agnes, St. Junipero Serra, St. Catherine of Siena, St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Francis, and Pope St. John Paul II.
We're very excited to tell you about another new tradition for our new century, the house system. The house system will join students of different backgrounds and grade levels, of different talents and interests into a new foundation for student activities. It will create lots of opportunity for camaraderie, for competition, and especially for friendship.
This is where the saints come in. As Catholics, we believe in the communion of saints, servants, friars, martyrs, scholars, mystics, missionaries, saints with individual characteristics and personalities, but united in devotion to our Lord. Starting next year at St. Mary's, the student body will be united in 6 houses, each with one of the saints on our mural as its special patron.
This means that every student at St. Mary's belongs to one of those 6 houses. Each house will also be divided into 5 rooms, and you will be a part of that room as long as you are at St. Mary's. The houses will host events together, will regularly meet to pray together and to play together, and will compete against one another for honor and glory.
Now, next year's freshman class will have to wait until school starts to find out what house they've been sorted into. But you don't have to wait. In the next few days, possibly when you least expect it, you will all find out what house you belong in. Will it be St. Agnes? St. Francis? Will you have what it's going to take to win House of the Year?
Alright, what is your favorite St. Mary's tradition?
My favorite St. Mary's tradition is the Pep Assembly.
My favorite St. Mary's tradition is Pep Assemblies. I love Pep Assemblies. They're so much fun and it feels like we're all together, united as one.
My favorite tradition of St. Mary's is the fact that we go and that we have masses and have ceremonies for our faith and we unify and give it all to God.
The assemblies. The assemblies are pretty great.
Then we have mass every month, and so we have, like, for example, how we just had the May crowning.
My favorite St. Mary's tradition is the assemblies.
My favorite St. Mary's tradition is how everybody in the community gathers around and works together to put these St. Mary's events together.
Our favorite tradition is more like the pep rallies and how we're all together and yeah, just like every single year we do it. So.
Oh, May crowning.
My favorite St. Mary's tradition is I love the Catholic community, like everything about it, like just the masses and the confessions and everything. Like I think that's an awesome tradition that we have to always give that an opportunity, give students an opportunity to have that.
I agree with that. I also really like how we wear gold when we're in the playoffs or the championships.
Our school, St. Mary's Catholic High School, is a place of long tradition. This new tradition doesn't replace the old ones, but builds on the family, the friendship, and the community that we already have in place. Just as the beauty of our faith is ever ancient and always new, so our school is built on a firm foundation, but is always building new traditions.
You all are the founding members of the St. Mary's House system, and you will forever be the originals. It will be what you make of it, along with your devoted teachers and many great new student leaders next year. You get to start the new century. You get to help this new tradition take root and grow. You get to help every knight and lady knight belong here and be a part of the family of St. Mary's High School.